Now, this is a mega exclusive on Times Now, ladies and gentlemen. He's the man who's been pinned down as the sole mastermind of the Meta hoax expose in the digital portal, The Wire. The Wire has now gone so far as to file a complaint against him and called him highly disturbed mentally. Padmaja, who are we talking about?
We are talking about Devesh Kumar. So far, you have only seen him under a pseudonym on Twitter, and then he suddenly disappeared after that Wire Meta hoax story imploded. Now, he has been tracked down, and for the first time ever, he is speaking on Indian television. He's breaking his silence on Times Now. It's a global exclusive that completely demolishes the fig leaf of a defense that Wire has published so far. Listen in to Devesh Kumar for the first time ever responding to each one of the allegations that have been made. The fact that he is accused of fabricating, of misleading, of working at someone's behest, and most damagingly, that he is mentally disturbed.
अभी जो चीजें चल रही हैं सारी, इस बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
इस बारे में मेरा स्टैंड वही है जो वायर का स्टैंड है कि जो रिपोर्टिंग इंस्टाग्राम और मेटा के आधार पे हमने की थी, उस रिपोर्टिंग में हमसे गलती हुई है। बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट जो हमारे पास आए हैं अलग अलग जगह से, वो डॉक्यूमेंट सही नहीं है, और जिस कारण से वायर ने जो स्टोरी नीचे ले गई है, उस वही तक मेरा स्टैंड है। उसके बाद ना मेरे पास कोई नोटिस आया है, ना कोई डॉक्यूमेंट आया है जिसके आधार पे हम कुछ कह सकें। अभी 2 दिन पहले क्राइम ब्रांच वाले आए थे, और जिस तरह से वायर के और एम्प्लॉयज़ और अकाउंट ऑफिस और प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर जैसे मिथुन है मुंबई में, उन सब का कंप्यूटर सीज हुआ है, जो लोग एफआईआर में शामिल हैं भी या नहीं भी है इन्वेस्टिगेशन के पर्पज़ से। उसी तरह से मेरा कंप्यूटर, 2 कंप्यूटर और 1 फ़ोन, दोनों भी सीज किया है उन्होंने, और वो पूछताछ करने के लिए आए थे। अभी मुझे उन्होंने दिल्ली बुलाया है और पूछताछ करने के लिए। केस के सिलसिले में मुझे कोई नोटिस नहीं है, मैं किसी एफआईआर में शामिल नहीं हूँ, इस तरह का कोई नोटिस ना मुझे आया है, ना मुझे उसके बारे में कोई जानकारी है।
अच्छा, एक बात आ रही है कि जो वायर ने जो कंप्लेंट फाइल की थी आपके अगेंस्ट पुलिस के साथ, उसने कहा है कि आप मेंटली अनसाउंड हैं, मेंटली अनस्टेबल हैं।
नहीं, मेंटली अनसाउंड अनस्टेबल ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, क्योंकि पहली बार ऐसा कुछ हुआ है मेरी ज़िंदगी में, और जो है परेशानी वाले दौर से हम लोग सब गुजर रहे हैं, वायर के लोग भी गुजर रहे हैं, मैं भी गुजर रहा हूँ। तो थोड़ा नर्वस थे, थोड़ा जो है टेंशन में थे, पर उससे वो मुझे लगता है कि जो लैंग्वेज किया गया है वो सही नहीं है।
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि ये सब कुछ हुआ कैसे, मतलब हाउ इट ऑल पैन्ड आउट?
ये जो है अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन प्रोसेस के अंदर की चीज़ है। ये जो है मैं रिवील नहीं करना चाहूँगा बिना पुलिस को या फिर इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग ऑफिसर को बताए हुए। मीडिया के सामने मेरा स्टेटमेंट वही है, जो घटना का स्टेटमेंट, कहने का मतलब कि क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, जो वायर का स्टेटमेंट है।
So don't you think that this is something an overreaching endeavor on part of police as far as the story going wrong is concerned?
पता नहीं मुझे उसके बारे में, मुझे इतना लॉ और इन सब चीज़ों के बारे में पता नहीं है। मैंने जिस तरह से वायर ने स्टेटमेंट रिलीज़ किया है, मैंने पुलिस के साथ पूरा कोऑपरेट किया। उन्होंने मेरा 2 कंप्यूटर और 1 फ़ोन जो सीज़ किया, मैंने पूरा कोऑपरेट किया। मुझे जानकारी जैसे हुई कि एक हैश वैल्यू जनरेट करके देना चाहिए आईटी एक्ट के अंदर, ताकि बाद में टेम्परिंग ना हो, वो पुलिस ने, मैंने ऑन द रिकॉर्ड उनसे बोला कल, पर उन्होंने मुझे कोई हैश दिया नहीं है, इससे मैं ये वेरीफाई कर सकूं कि मेरा डिवाइस जो है टेम्पर नहीं हुआ है। तो और बाकी उन्होंने मुझे एक कॉपी दी है जिसमें लिखा हुआ है कि ये कंप्यूटर और ये फ़ोन और कुछ ईमेल आईडी जो मैं यूज़ कर रहा था, जिससे मुझे इन्फॉर्मेशन आया है या जिससे इन्वेस्टिगेशन के दौरान मैं यूज़ कर रहा था, वो जो है।
What is the legal recourse you are supposed to take?
कोई लीगल रिकोर्स अभी मैं फॉलो नहीं कर रहा हूँ। अभी जो है, जैसे मैंने कहा, मेरे पास कोई नोटिस नहीं आया है, मुझे कोई जानकारी नहीं है कि मेरे ऊपर कोई एफआईआर हुआ है। वायर ने एक रिपोर्ट छापी, उसमें बहुत सारे लोग इन्वॉल्व थे, मेरा नाम भी नहीं है रिपोर्ट में। शुरू के 2 रिपोर्ट में मेरा नाम नहीं है, जानवी और सिद्धार्थ का नाम है। और जो है कहने का मतलब ये कि जैसे मैंने बताया कि मिथुन भी हुआ है, और एडिटर्स पे भी हुए हैं, ऑफिस में अकाउंटेंट्स पे भी हुए हैं, उसी तरह से मेरे पे भी कंप्यूटर सीज किया गया है। मुझे कोई लीगल रिकोर्स लेने की अभी ज़रूरत नहीं है, और ना ही मैं अभी उसके बारे में सोच क्योंकि अभी जो है मुझे कोई भी जानकारी नहीं मिली है कि मेरे ऊपर क्या आरोप है, या मुझे सिर्फ इन्वेस्टिगेशन का प्रोसेस का पार्ट इसलिए बनाया है दिल्ली पुलिस ने ताकि जो जानकारी जो है अलग अलग जगह से सही ढंग से आ सके।
अच्छा, ये बताएं कि लेट अस टॉक अबाउट समथिंग योर पर्सनल बायोडाटा एंड योर थिंग्स। आपकी स्कूलिंग और आपकी कॉलेज कहाँ से हुई?
ये जानकारी इस समय मैं देना नहीं चाहता। मेरे रिपोर्टिंग में क्या होता है कि रिपोर्टर डरता है और रिपोर्टर को लगता है, डरने की बात नहीं है, रिपोर्टर को ऐसा लगता है कि वो खुद स्टोरी ना बन जाए। मैं खुद स्टोरी नहीं हूँ यहाँ पे। जो स्टोरी है वो फेसबुक और मेटा के अगेंस्ट स्टोरी है। उस स्टोरी के बारे में वायर ने भी, और क्योंकि मैं वायर के साथ जो है उस वायर के साथ पहले जुड़ा रहा हूँ, जुलाई 2022 तक मैं जुड़ा रहा हूँ, उनके साथ काम किया है। अब तो मैं उनके साथ जो है कभी कभी कोई चीज़, छोटी मोटी चीज़ बोल देते हैं तो कर देता हूँ, पर ऐसा कोई मैं जुड़ा हुआ नहीं है। तो जो वायर का स्टैंड है वही मेरा एक थर्ड पर्सन की तरह वही मेरा स्टैंड है कि स्टोरी में गलतियाँ हुई हैं, स्टोरी में जो चीज़ है जिसके बारे में वायर ने माफ़ी मांगी है उस चीज़ के बारे में मुझे भी पता है, मुझे भी उतनी ही जानकारी है जितनी आपकी है। आप लोगों की जानकारी अंदर के एडिटोरियल डिसीजंस और अंदर का जो इंटरनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन उनको किया है, मैं उसका हिस्सा नहीं हूँ। मुझे जो भी डॉक्यूमेंट आया था, मुझे जो भी इन्फॉर्मेशन आया था, मैंने उनसे शेयर कर दिया है। और पुलिस, जैसे मैंने कहा, दिल्ली पुलिस के पास दो कंप्यूटर और एक फ़ोन उन्होंने रख लिया है, सीज कर लिया है, और उसके बारे में जो है मैंने पूरी तरह से कोऑपरेट किया है।
Well, in fact, Times Now also tried to contact Siddharth Varadarajan soon after Devesh Kumar has spoken up. Let's listen in to what happened when we tried to dial at least two of his numbers, including one over which we had last spoken to him for an official reaction. Listen.
Has their hands full at the moment and will not be able to take this call. Might we suggest to drop them an SMS?
All right, so the charge was that Devesh Kumar mentally unsound, misled, fabricated, forged, and the wire was the victim of a fabrication. But was it really? Devesh Kumar makes it absolutely clear that he did not do any forgery. These were emails that he received and he shared them, he took them forward, people took bylines, and we will get you the details of that byline and why this was a collaborative effort. But one thing is absolutely for sure, he is not somebody with any mental disturbance. Shazia Almi, national spokesperson of BJP, Tanvi Pruthi, political analyst, Salem Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the DMK, and Akash Deep Muni, political analyst. Salem Dharnidharan, your first reaction. Here is somebody who was told to be mentally disturbed, trying to frame an entire organization. He says, nothing doing.
See, I do not want to talk about anyone's mental health or mental illness. I don't want to get into that. But see, definitely Wire can be criticized and faulted for editorial failure, for not doing due diligence. Yes, all this could be said. But it's absolutely laughable that FIR on cheating, fabrication and forgery has to be filed.
So let me just ask you, as a national spokesperson, you know that when you put your name to something, for example, as a national spokesperson, tomorrow if you were to sign off on a press statement and your name is there, signed underneath, Salem Dharnidharan, would you say that, oh, I did not know what was in the statement, I just signed off on it? Because Shazia Ilmi told me something, I put it in a press statement and I signed off on it. Would you say that?
No. I think, as I said earlier, they can be criticized and faulted for editorial failure and not doing a due diligence.
Due diligence is different. I am asking you, what is being passed off as a casual mistake, you pretty much occupy a similar position, right? Where you are the national spokesperson for a party. Tomorrow Shazia Ilmi comes to you and says, hey, I have heard that Annamalai has resigned from the BJP. Would you put out a statement saying Annamalai has resigned from the BJP and sign off on it saying Salem Dharnidharan, national spokesperson, DMK? Would you do that?
Yeah, I would lose my credibility and due diligence. I lose my credibility for not doing the due diligence. But how is it a forgery? That's my question. How is it a forgery?
It's not a forgery?
You can't. It's not. It's not. They do not.
Can I tell you? I want to tell you. I'll tell you how it is a forgery.
Shazia Ilmi.
I want to explain what forgery is. I want to explain what forgery is. And I want to tell this gentleman with, you know, whose name I can't recall
Salem
right
Dharnidharan is the spokesperson of the DMK.
When you use a fictitious source, Sailan Dhaniraji, I want to tell you all respectfully, there is forgery and forgery with the intention to harm somebody's reputation, both, and also cheating in every sense of the word, because they all are putting the blame on Devesh, and Siddharth Varadarajan and Janvi's byline is there. And I've been a journalist long enough, I think, to know this much, that when I'm writing a story, or if I'm doing a piece to camera, or my byline is there, then clearly I take responsibility for all the sources that have led to my writing of the story or publishing that material. And even if a consultant is working for me and if I'm sharing the byline with him, like in this matter, Devesh, it's very obvious that there was not just were the sources made up, but there were accounts which were made up, and the using of name of whether it's Meta or Andy Stone or whoever it is, but the entire thing was not just a fake news creation, but sources were also made up. And it was either, it's a work of a very creative, imaginative, but a very devious mind. And clearly there is criminal conspiracy to defame a party, to defame a person with whom he has nothing to do with it.
That's conspiracy, Mr. Dhanidharan.
Of tech fog, I mean, which is the foggiest thing.
Mr. Dhanidharan, it's a conspiracy. That's how Shahzi Almi is saying. This is conspiracy. Everyone was in the know.
Ever.
And no. I think the investigation will reveal the truth. I think we should not do a media trial here.
But I said
which is interesting that you say the investigation will reveal the truth, because it seems right now nobody is waiting for the truth to be revealed. The very investigation, sir. Here is the irony. The latest is coming. Hold on a second. You know, the funny thing is, whenever we say, okay, this has happened, how do you know it is forgery and not just misleading? People tell us investigation will throw up the answers. Then the investigation itself is being opposed, saying it's a witch hunt. So you're basically saying that a massive muck-up has happened, but nobody should find out how it happened or whether it was a muck-up or a conspiracy.
Absolutely. And to establish whether or not there's been forgery and impersonation in this matter, because those are the sections under which a case has now been filed, you need to actually get hold of the devices in question that have been used to send out these purported emails. Their authenticity or the lack of it also needs to be established. So all that goes in the domain of forensic evidence, Padmaja. And the only way you can ascertain their authenticity or their genuineness is by actually taking hold of those devices.
There's more breaking news coming in right now. We've got more reactions of people who are standing by the wire, questioning the entire investigation, saying that the police probe is a crackdown on press freedom and can impact freedom of speech. Akashdeep Muni, how does this impact freedom of speech, sir? This is an investigation to find the truth. And all of you say we don't know the truth. But you're saying, but we also don't want an investigation.
No, nobody is saying that we don't want an investigation. It is not that everybody wants an investigation.
Sir, that is literally what has been said. From yesterday, we have heard variously, it smacks of vendetta. It can impact freedom of speech. It will have a chilling effect. Sir, it will basically at least tell you the facts.
I'll let you know what actually everybody is saying. Everybody is saying that let the court take the call, rather than we taking the call that there has been forgery and you know, there has been a number of cases.
But how will the court take a call when there is no inquiry and investigation?
No. Who is saying there should not be an inquiry?
Everyone is saying it. Everyone. Exactly, everyone. The moment an inquiry started, here's the irony, Tanvi Prathi, that the wire has gone to the police, Amit Malviya has gone to the police is saying, okay, we will investigate. But the moment the investigation started, what's it said? This is an attempt to silence voices which are anti-establishment. This will have a chilling effect on the freedom of speech. This is nothing but an attempt to silence those who have been critical of the BJP.
No, this government is fascist.
No, Padmaja.
Yes,
Yes, Mr. Dhanidharan, everyone's getting worked up, but nobody knows what the truth is, but you're like, no, but the truth also must not be determined.
Authoritarian regime.
Tanvi Prathi.
No. I think we need to, I think we need to set some standard. It is the right case to sort of identify that where we are going wrong in with respect to journalism freedom in this country. The facts have to be stated like facts, and ideology should not guide the way press houses should run. So whether it is the Wire or whether it is the right-wing media houses, they cannot just put out statements based on their ideology, and it has happened in the past. Now that this case has happened, I hope that that this opened the Pandora's box, and the court really looks into the issue, the government really looks into the issue and identify a law to counter such false, media reports that are filed against people. We have seen them in the past against the witch hunt by media for Dr. Shashi Tharoor, against Dr. Manmohan Singh, against so many people. So I think it's high time to call out a spade, whether it is the wire, it is the right-wing media. The media ethics should guide their news and whatever they put out, and not their ideology.
Right. In fact, let me take this across to Shazia Elmi as well. Ms. Elmi, when Mr. Amit Malviya announced that he would be in fact filing a defamation case and other sections of the IPC would be invoked against the wire, he made that statement from a party forum. So therefore, one needs to also ask the BJP as to why Mr. Devesh Kumar's name has not been included in the FIR that has been filed by Mr. Malviya against the employees of the wire, including Janvi Sen, Siddharth Vardarajan, MK Venu and others. Yes. Mr. Devesh Kumar's name does not feature in that FIR. What's the explanation?
Can I tell you? Yes, I tell you why. Because Devesh Kumar has just been used, and it is the responsibility of the editor and everyone else, especially when Siddharth Vardarajan not only is the founder editor of The Wire, but has done a whole interview on Reddit and YouTube with Devesh Kumar and Ayushman Kaul. I don't know when Ayushman Kaul's name will come, whether he'll be called out and he'll thrown under the bus or not, because I believe he has got political connections useful to Siddharth Vardarajan and the team. But the fact of the matter is that both of them they did an interview and Reddit with Siddharth Vardarajan, have shared bylines, and he's just a consultant.
Okay.
Who by his own record has said it many times that he is responsible for using bots and working on.
And here's the funny thing. Here is somebody who had a history. Since you asked, how is it a conspiracy, Akashdeep Muni? Here is somebody who himself said that I am hunting down BJP trolls, etc., etc. Give me money. This is my account and all of that. This gentleman ceased to even be an employee of The Wire in July 2022. And yet, his documents were blindly taken, we are expected to believe, to write a story on which the editor took a byline. So he's not even an employee. It's like somebody walks up to you and says, here is an email. You say, fabulous, let me print it under my own name. Why?
Okay, I'll answer. Padmaja, it is not the first time that the due diligence has not been done. It is not the first time that... No, it's the first time. No, Shazia ji, let me complete. It is not the first time that journalism... I have done a PhD in journalism. Let me speak. Come on. It is not the first time that journalists in India faltered on facts. Yes, the Wire faltered on facts.
PhD in journalism does not matter.
No, tell me.
You could be crooked. You could be crooked. You could have an agenda. You can do 1,001 PhDs. There could be people who would not do PhD, who have actually been journalists. But the ethics shows in the way you carry out the story. You are throwing Siddharth Vardarajan is throwing Devesh Kumar under a bus. Poor Devesh. And you know something? I knew yesterday, Padmaja, I knew yesterday that Devesh should be speaking. And I'm so glad he did.
Shazia ji, should I give you examples?
My dear friend, it's not the first time, but this is the first time this has been taken up. And the fact is, people who are using that made up the story about tech fog.
Calm down.
Doesn't matter. We're talking about tech fog here. We are talking about tech fog. You calm down. You calm down. You calm down. You calm down. The story is tech fog.
It is my turn.
It's not everything else. It's not WMD and the weapons of mass destruction. It is not Judith Miller. It is not New York Times. It is The Wire, The Liar, and what they were trying to do with tech fog.
Ms. Elmi, if I could just interject there for a second. One question also that needs to be asked to The Wire is that they determinedly and very doggedly defended these same stories that are now up to question on the 12th of October as well as the 14th in their email response to us. They were more than willing to solidly stand by the reporters who reported on that story, including the likes of Mr. Devesh Kumar, and now they've completely retracted those stories, issued an apology, and a case has now been filed. So why were they willing to actually go to the extent of backing their stories to the complete hilt? That's a question that needs to be asked as well, Padmaja.
Absolutely, and these are questions we are hoping will be answered. The very damaging thing is that A, you have gone out, you have published a story. Now you say that this gentleman was acting at somebody else's behest. This despite the fact that you trusted his documents, took a byline when he wasn't even an employee, and suddenly you throw him under the bus, call him mentally challenged or at least deeply disturbed in your complaint. All of these defenses backed by absolutely zero evidence. And that's why these questions need answered. Until then, there'll be a serious cloud over whether this was just lack of diligence or something more sinister. Thanks very much, both gentlemen, Tanvi Pruthi and Shazia Almi, for joining us.